Well, hello there to all of my beautiful Pisces out there. I hope that you are all having a fabulous, what is it today? Tuesday? My goodness. April 1st, right? April Fools. Ha, ha, ha. Sending Colleen and her son big hugs. I hope that things work out with Milo. I know that that is a very trying situation. So, yeah, that's for sure. I understand. Vets are so expensive. We're going to do a portal reading for you. Okay? For those of you that are new. Under each one of the colors that are on the table, I have written down 3 different portals for what you're getting ready to step into. The first card I'm going to pull is going to be, what energy are you stepping into? We're going to take a look at the lessons, the challenges, the blessings coming, and then the advice. I will pull 1 oracle. I will pull extra message, and then a hidden warning in case timelines shift. So, with that being said, we're going to start with blue, but I have to remove these off the table because I won't have enough room to work. So, if you want me to work correctly, then I have to do this. All right, blue, right? What is this portal? This is transformation. This is about personal change, rebirth, and this is about spiritual awakening. So, the bottom card, what energy are you stepping into here for this portal? Abundance. Nice. That's good. What lessons or challenges are going to arise? Okay. You may have a hard time learning something, obtaining information. Blessings coming with this. Okay. There will be no challenges. And the advice. Be open. Okay. We're going to get into this reading. I'm going to clarify it a little bit here for you. That's for sure. Let me get that card on the table. Okay, so what's this abundance that Pisces is getting ready to step into for this transformation, for this rebirth, for this spiritual awakening? What is this abundance about? What is this abundance about? Okay. Wow. This is good energy. Okay. You are getting ready to close something out. That's what this is. And how do I want to put this? So basically, what this should be approached, okay? It's looking like you're going to be whatever this abundance is in your life that you're getting ready, you're closing something out. Okay, so whatever you're closing out here, you should be like approaching it with a sense of responsibility and commitment here to long-term success. Okay, and I feel like this is almost, I don't know what I don't know if it's is tied with money. I feel like it's tied with a personal change. There's something personal here that you got going on. So this is about, you won't be doing any more quick fixes. Okay, because you're going to be basically focused on long-term success. And you're going to have a practical and realistic mindset. And you're not going to be rushing into things impulsively anymore. So maybe you were rushing into things impulsively and things just didn't work out. And now it's like, okay, well, I need to be more practical here and not rush things. So whatever the case is, this is abundant for sure. An abundant mindset as well. So the lessons or challenges that are going to arise with this is, you may not feel like you're worthy of this, okay? And you're going to have like a hard time like being open to learning new things. So let's get a little bit more here into the lesson and into the challenge here for Pisces in this transformation. Yeah, you may very well feel like you're just not crystal clear on anything. And you may get into this, well, I don't know enough, I'm not worthy enough, and every time I try to do something here, okay, like it just goes awry. Like, and I just never am successful at anything. But what I'm telling you is slow and steady wins the race. So you're going to need to be open here with the Page of Pentacles to learning something new, and also to feeling like you are worthy, because you most certainly are worthy. So I feel like you're going to work through this challenge. I mean, honestly, I see you working through this challenge, because this is about you overcoming this you're overcoming the challenge here. You're overcoming all of this here. Let's get a little bit deeper. Okay. Yep, I feel like you're going to be listening to your higher self. That's what this is. You are going to be listening to your higher self, and you're going to feel more emotionally fulfilled. So this is, you're overcoming challenges. Your intuition's on point. You're listening to your higher self. You've got the tools. You got the wisdom. So this is going to have you feeling more emotionally fulfilled. And the advice basically here is to be open to hearing other points of view here. Yep, you may very well, you may need to listen. There could be a father, okay? I don't know what this is. So there's something with a father here on the table. But you're fiery here. I don't know what your father has to do with this. I don't know why I heard the father is important. I don't know. Maybe you need to talk to your father or your grandfather here, okay? Maybe you're going to need to hear something from your father or your grandfather. Maybe you're going to need to be more open about listening to your boss. But whatever it is, okay, basically at the end of the day, you're going to get what you want, okay? So what is, I want to pull the extra message for this, and then we're going to pull a timeline shift. Thank you. Extra message for this. Yep, this is going to be happening quite fast too. So what happens if the timeline shift here? If Pisces decides to choose a different timeline? What happens if Pisces decides to choose a different timeline? What happens if Pisces decides to choose a different timeline? You're going to go back, and if you choose a different timeline, this is showing me that you're going to go back into suppressing things. So I don't know what that means, but I heard you're going to go back into suppressing things. I'm going to pull a Queen of the Moon Oracle for this reading here, and then we'll get into our next reading. So there's 2 more readings here. All right. This is the card of balance. So this is about you seeking balance. So anything that, don't do anything extreme, because it's not going to be healthy. It's not going to be useful. And you may overreact here, and it may cause an issue. So this is about grounding yourself and allow your strength to basically rise from there, okay? And just be aware of where the imbalances in your life are present, all right? So I hope that message finds you well for transformation. So give me just a second. I'm going to move up all these cards off the table. And then we are going to put up the pink. The pink, the pink, the pink, the pink, the pink. And then I'm going to get a drink of holy water because I have to have holy water right now. And do not timestamp these. Do not timestamp these. Because what you do when you timestamp this is you ruin somebody else's thought process to be able to choose and to be able to pick. So if you're the Pisces that I think you are, you won't timestamp this reading at all. Okay? Please do not do that because you're just taking away from somebody else, and that's not right, and that's not fair. And we want to be fair here. So what are you stepping in for this portal? This is love, connection, relationships, soulmates. This could be self-love as well. So what energy is Pisces getting ready to step into? A strong energy here, okay? This could be this relationship. This could be a soulmate. What are the lessons or challenges that are going to happen here? Fear. Lots of it. Lots and lots and lots. The third card is blessings coming. You're letting go of anxiety. And the fourth is your advice. If you're pulled to do it, do it. Nice. Okay. So let's talk to this first energy for what's this connection that Pisces is getting ready to step into. Top to bottom, what's this connection that Pisces is getting ready to step into, please? What's this connection that Pisces is getting ready to step into? Holy shit! Oh! Wow! I just can't even believe that. Oh, Jesus, this is great. Okay, Pisces. If this is your portal, well, this is your day, baby. You're stepping into a strong, loving relationship. That's what this is. 10 of Cups. 2 of Cups and the Lovers. This can't be more cotton candy if I've ever seen cotton candy on my table right now. I am not joking you. Oh my goodness, Pisces. I don't even have to say any more about that. I mean, this is pretty much self-explanatory. This is a strong connection. There's emotional fulfillment. There's love here. If you guys have kids, you guys are raising kids together. There's happiness here. It's just like, this is a freaking rainbow. That's all it is. This is a rainbow, right? And after a good storm, what happens? So maybe you've weathered a good storm when it comes to your love life. And now the storm is over, all right? And here comes the rainbow. Wow. Louis, do you hear that? He's like, this is great, mama. It is great, baby. He's like, I love Pisces. I know you do. Okay, so there's a big lesson and a challenge here that's going to happen, though. And it's fear. Woo, that's a big one here. This is a big one here. Fear of what? 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 You may be like, oh God, I don't know about this. You may be overly. Oh, because your fear is so strong here. You're just gonna be thinking the worst. This is cotton candy, Talia said. No, this is not even cotton candy. This is a leprechaun at the end of the rainbow with a pot of gold. And so with the moon, you're like, no, Talia said there's a leprechaun with a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and that never happens unless it's on a box of Lucky Charms. So you're going to be focused on this fear. You're going to be like, this does not exist. There is no pot of gold with the end of the rainbow with a leprechaun. And you never know unless you chase the end of a rainbow. Right? So in a world full of possibilities, and I say this every day to my friends and everybody around me, in a world full of possibilities, Pisces, anything is possible. Okay? So don't focus on your fears and allow this rainbow to flow. Because you could sabotage this. You could ruin this if you focus too much on the negative. So don't focus on the negative, Pisces. So, hey, Kitty Boom Boom, come on. She's on the transformation. She's trying to rip it up. You're always trying to do some weird stuff there, aren't you? So the blessings coming here, Pisces. Okay? There's a glimmer of hope here. And you're on a path of recovering from anxiety. I feel like you are confronting and addressing your anxieties. Okay? So this is about you letting go of anxiety and basically being optimistic here. This is good. Yep, this is about you becoming grounded. Grounded, yep. And you are stepping into something very powerful here and abundant. So the advice here is if you're being pulled somewhere, this is like don't fight it and just go with the flow. Go with the flow. I said that today. Go with the flow. Go with the flow and it'll grow. I actually told my mom that. Go with the flow and it'll grow. Yep. If you've been carrying something here and you're being pulled to go with the flow. That's what this is. You have been carrying this. And this is powerful here. This is excellent. Excelente, excelente. Most of all, just be patient with yourself, okay? So, extra message for this reading. Okay, extra message. This is go with the flow and it will grow. What you give out, it will come back to you tenfold here. Now, what will happen if Pisces switches timelines? What will happen here? Oh, shit. Don't. If you switch timelines, Pisces, this is going to ruin your heart. This is going to break your heart if you decide not to take this. So I'm going to go ahead and pull an oracle message here, and then we'll get into the last chapter of the portal reading for today. Thank you. Fruition. This is beautiful energy here. So this is like, basically the seasons are changing right now. And, there's always a time when all the potential of the spring beginnings is manifesting. So the crops here are basically growing tall for you. So just be patient here. But this is about you, just like things are coming into fruition. So you're bringing whatever you want into fruition. Even if this is something that you've planted a long time ago, this is happening. So this is like about you celebrating. This is about you being grateful. And this is about you marking your achievements. Because basically, you've worked really hard to bring in this new path or this into reality. So this is good energy. congratulations for you for love and connections. All right, I am going to do the same thing that I did before. And I am going to put that there. And then I'm going to move all these off of here. Wow, that was a really good. Wow. Okay. All right. All right, our last and final portal is abundance, success, career, growth, money opportunities. What energies is Pisces getting ready to step into? Intuitive energies. You could be literally on a path where maybe you, I don't know, maybe you open up a Reiki shop, maybe you open up a massage shop, maybe you open up a metaphysical shop, maybe you're stepping into basically a powerful energy, all right? And you're like using your intuition. And that's what's going to bring in the career, the money, the abundance, the success. So the challenges here? Okay. You may have a tendency to manipulate yourself. There's a manipulation. Blessings coming. Recovery. Healing. The advice. Creativity. That's a beautiful energy. Let me move this up here. Wow. Hi, Junie. Okay. So, showing you this powerful energy here with Pisces intuition. For money, for abundance, success. Okay, where did we go here? Hi, Junie. She said hi to everybody. I hope you guys heard her. Your intuition is telling you there has been a plan that has not been working. So you are not moving forward with some other plan. Because now, all of a sudden, there's been something here that was divinely put in place for you. This is something here, this is like a renewed sense of hope. This is a healing energy. This is a wish. This is a desire. So whatever that you were trying to work on before, all right, whatever you were implementing, you're like, this has not been working. I'm done. And then all of a sudden, you see the star. The one thing that you wanted here. And then it's like, okay, that's it. That's what I'm going after here. So you're getting a sign too. A big sign from the universe, which is even more powerful. So you're going to know what this is when you see the sign from the universe. So, there is something here you need to avoid spending because this is going to lead to, so you get this great job, right? Great, you're making lots of money, like more than you've ever made before. And then you're like, well, I'm going to go out and buy a Porsche or a Ferrari. Or a Mont Blanc pin, or a Rolex. Something that you don't need. Because you're like, okay, I've got all this money. No. Save the money, put it in a savings account, act like it's not there, and keep it for a rainy day. Okay? So, basically, this is about you. Yeah, just like, don't buy nothing stupid. You get the great job, right? Don't go and take yourself out for a nice dinner. How about that? Before you do, or here's the other thing. Buy the Porsche, but do it in your mind. Go up, you touch the Porsche, right? You're like, okay, or the Mont Blanc pin. The Mont Blanc pin here. Yeah, yeah, this is like, don't be stingy. This is really, don't be stingy. This is a double message here. If you have a real hard time, because you get like a real high, right? When you go shopping, you get all this adrenaline and dopamine and all that stuff. And you're like, oh, and then you go home and then you're like, well, that sucks. Now I need to go do something else. So here's the thing. You want to buy that Mont Blanc pin. You want to buy that Rolex. Go in the store, right? Go look. Go try it on, right? But then put it back, and then envision in your mind that you bought it. And you walked out of the store with a little bag, you went home, and then you were like, well, that was great, but now I'm bored. So just envision that, because you know that energy will go away. That never lasts. Shopping, that dopamine, that's just a quick fix. You can go do something else and get a lot more dopamine and, be more pleased about that, right? Okay, blessings coming. You are healing. This is a recovery. Recovering. You are recovering. Boy, come on. Okay. You're financially recovering. That is it. This is it. You're going to be going through recovering financially. And just put in the work here. Put in the work and be open to learning something new. And the advice here, right, is to let your creative juices just go here, Pisces. Let these creative juices just go. Yeah, let them go. And the more you let your creative juices go, the more they are going to flow. That's what this is. So, extra message for this reading. We'll find out the extra message here. Yeah, you're getting a new partnership here. This could be a job that you thought you weren't going to get. It's been months, and then all of a sudden they find your resume again, and they reach back out to you, and they're like, hey, you want that job? So what happens if Pisces decides to switch timelines? What would happen here? You're not going to get to your sense of liberation. That's what this is. So if you switch timelines here, you're not going to get to your Nine of Pentacles, your freedom, your independence. So this is about you, because I told you you're going to recover financially here. So oracle message, please, for my beautiful Pisces for this reading. Oracle message, please, for my beautiful Pisces for this reading. Okay. Excuse me. Ooh, doggy. So, this is about being thankful, being grateful. There's always something to be grateful for, no matter how much you've suffered. Okay, so gratitude raises your lower vibration to a higher one. So do not allow yourself to be surrounded by your own negative thoughts, negative people, okay? Because life is conspiring for you. So this is about, and you could say to yourself, an affirmation. I joyfully turn my attention to what I'm grateful for. So if you want to claim this reading with an affirmation, you can type this below down in the comment, right? I joyfully turn my attention to what I'm grateful for. And then every single day, say it. And say it from the soul and mean it. So, guys, I hope that this whole reading was helpful. Like I told you, I've worked really hard on this reading, and I'm working on a whole bunch of other readings. So, your feedback's appreciated. I'm going to leave it here, and good luck.